few years, right?
Yes.
Me and Nico Barry sat down and we are on Comparisonator finding out whether Ribery, Frank Ribery, would work in Italy. Okay, if he works in Italy, which team would be the most suitable for Ribery? Then I'll give the ball to Nico. How you convinced the Fiorentina people through using the data and getting Ribery to be employed by Fiorentina?
Well, this is a clear example of what I was telling you before.
And this is actually real communication
Yeah.
between you and the sports director, right?
Yeah. There is no secret because everything is pretty clear. You know, back in 2019 in July, we had this discussion after meeting us in Florence, and I just asked him before to work on him if he could have been interested in that profile. And of course, you're talking about Frank Ribery. He's a top-class player, you know, but he was already 36. Yes. So here comes the question mark. Would he keep performing if I bring him to Italian Serie A at 36, as he did in the last year in Bayern Munich? And here comes the data to support you. Because, okay, now you cannot read it clearly, but maybe here you can. I send out these reports where among all the players, in Italian I wrote here, this is the comparative ranking with all the other Bundesliga players, okay? So, the year before moving him to Italy, that season, he was the number 2 in offensive duel, for example, okay? Is the number 2 in offensive duel 1. Now, it's a bit difficult to read, but I can. So, when it's blue and you see 2, 2, 2, 2, 4, among all the Bundesliga players, this is an impressive ranking, you know. Then I made the comparison between him and all the players in the Italian Serie A.
In the same position,
Yes.
using Comparisonator virtual transfer, right?
Exactly. And if you see the yellow color there, okay, you can pretty fast realize where Frank was ranked compared, you know, with the Italian player. And the result was pretty impressive.
And one thing that I actually will get involved, see all these yellow ones, Barry?
Yes.
The yellow ones were the actual ranking if you transferred Ribery to league in Italy.
Yes.
Okay. And it was so amazing because I didn't even personally know that once you take Ribery's stats to Italian Serie A, I personally didn't think that he would be in these rankings, but in the end, it worked, huh?
Absolutely. And of course, when you do in the Comparisonator, it's called virtual transfer, okay?
Yes.
So sometimes when you use it, some people in the club say, okay, but how can you compare, let's say, the Romanian championship with the Serie A? You know, it is not the same level. That's right. But when you talk about Bundesliga and Serie A, you know, the comparison might be pretty close. This is why I use it. And it works. Because
well, the thing is, of course, in this kind of content, right, we, for example, as Comparisonator, specifically didn't put any league weights.
Yes.
And just left the decision makers' imaginations for the first moment.
Yeah.
Why? Because if you don't know the league difference between Romania and Serie A, well, I think you're in the wrong business.